Check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Yeah, we late. We are late. Nia said. So, if you are here, put a 1 in the comment section. Put a 1 in the comment section. Man, still trying to get some things figured out. Technology don't always want to act right. What's up, K-Bomb?
Oh, what's up, man? Good, man. Enjoying life is what I say. That's what I'm doing.
Did you get a chance to get out there and check out
Ant-Man?
Ant-Man, yeah.
No, man, it's weird, bro. This is one of the first times I have not had a chance to catch a Marvel release as soon as it comes out. I'm usually right on top of it, man, but this was just one of them it's one of them seasons right now, so
yeah.
I get to it when I get to it at this point.
Yeah, me too, man. I've been wanting to get out. We was gonna try to go see it several different times. Valentine's Day, because we was gonna celebrate it on that the weekend afterwards. Missed that, and just kept missing me. So we haven't checked it out either. So, but we plan on. But Creed about to come out, man. So I may have to go check that out. So I don't know if Ant-Man gonna get my attention. Hey, yeah, I sent it, bro. Where you at, Keith? Get up in here, man. I'ma send it again, man. Hold up. Let me send this invite. Let me see. I'm trying to. There it is. I sent it again, Keith. Get on in here, bro. That's what we waiting on right there. You, my friend. We're waiting on you. But yeah. Sorry for the delay. Nia, what's up? We're trying to get things squared away. As soon as Keith show up, we gonna kick things off. Like I said, if you in the comment section, let us know you here. Who else in here? Anyone else in the comment section? Hey. But yeah, man. But what else been good, bro?
Nothing, man. I told you, man. I just I turned the big 4-0 this year, so I got the trip planned out. So I'm excited. I'm going to be overseas as usual. So
where you going?
Got
where
a nice little spot. I didn't tell you I was going for my 40th. Oh snap!
Hold on. Before you tell me, is it gonna make me mad? Don't make me mad. Don't make me upset.
I don't know how it's gonna make you feel.
Where you going?
I don't know.
Howdy, Nia. Howdy.
But we got
I ain't make you upset. Nah,
where you going?
And out to Greece for my 40th.
What? Greece,
Pretty excited about that. Yeah.
That's what's up.
And out to Greece, man. So trying to get everything set up and ready for us. So I might even try to splurge.
Over theirs, I guess.
I gotta be a nice little spot, man. It's overlooking the ocean and everything, so it's legit. It's going to Santorini, which is one of the islands, and then we're heading out to Athens.
Okay.
We're gonna try to retrace some steps.
Mr. Norris, what's up, bro?
Reese, what's up, man?
What's up, man?
Yeah, man.
What's up?
K-Bum going overseas, bro. He getting away from us folks over here. He said he gonna see Putin.
That's a lot.
He gonna see old poo-poo. Nah. But welcome to the show. What's up, Keith?
What's up? I'm gonna have to disappear in just a second to get this little boy out the bathtub right quick.
All right. Well, we all here. Who else in there? I see DJ Fanatic. Welcome to the show, bro. Welcome. So, we are excited. I'm trying to see why my stuff's so low. There it is. It's kind of a little lower than I want it to be. But yeah, we are excited. We are here. So, I heard there was a state of play today. Is that true? Was there a state of play?
Yes, it is. Yes, it was.
Oh man. Yeah. Anyway, I ain't watching. Am I wrong? I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it. I'm a Sony guy, and I didn't watch it. So
okay, but I don't feel.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't feel bad. So, but no, man. Welcome to the show, folks. I know we started off a little different. We are excited to be here. This is the Live and Level Gamers podcast. We started a little late because, Nia, State of Play happened today. Apparently, whatever it was, I don't know what it was. We may check it out. We may not. I don't know. We got one particular topic. I know Keith wanted to talk about it, and I do too. And we gonna kind of maybe kick that off at the top and give some good time to it. And that is, did the Switch benefit off of the Blue Ocean strategy, or was it something else? We want to discuss that. I got into a conversation with Shadow Fox. Well, not a conversation. I responded to something he said, and we had some dialogue, and I want to explore what we talked about. Did the Switch, I want y'all to think about this. DJ Fanatic, first name basis, that's who you is. Miss Nia, did the Switch, when we get there, don't start answering now. Did the Switch benefit from Blue Ocean strategies, or was it something else? We're going to talk about that on today. We got a few other things we got to talk about. Of course, we may touch on State of Play if anyone here saw it. We got to talk about the whole deal that has been signed with Microsoft and Nintendo. 10 years of Call of Duty coming to the Switch. And whatever else is coming later, hopefully something is later. We ain't stuck with this this model. Anything else we got to talk about, K-Bun, before we go into what you've been gaming on?
Nah, I think we can rock and roll.
All right, so let's go. Yeah. You know what time it is. It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. All right, so Keith is in the background. And if y'all don't mind, tell me what y'all been gaming on in the comment section. I want to know what you've been gaming on. Nia, I told you don't start answering yet. Hold your answers just right now, Nia. She already throwing her answers up. But we're going to talk about that in a second. So, K-Bum, I'm going to come with you first. What have you been gaming on, bro?
What have I been gaming on? So I've been gaming on. Oh man, I haven't played God of War. Actually, I played it the week before we did the podcast. I haven't played it this week.
Okay.
Yeah, the week before we did the podcast, I did play God of War, and I'm getting up to I think the close to the end. I still got a little bit to go, but I think I'm getting close. I just got that the other weapon. So I just got that. So I know I'm getting close. Probably another 10 hours in, 5 to 10 hours in left for the story. So yeah, I think I'm around that point. So at least close to the final act. So I didn't play that this week. I played that the week before. I've been playing a lot of 2K. I'm trying to get my rank up before the season ends. I've been playing a little FIFA, and then I've been spending a good amount of time playing Overwatch. I have been enjoying Overwatch lately, so I've got a good amount of time into that. And also, I've been playing a good amount of Magic Arena on my phone. So I've actually put a lot of time into that. I'm been big into Magic for a while now. Don't talk about it too much on the podcast because it's a video game, but it's not a video game. It's a trading card game. But I do spend a good amount of time. I am big on the strategy games. I was big on the Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day, so I did my little thing with it. So, but I've been playing a little bit more of that on the phone. So that's what I've been doing. So little PlayStation, little FIFA, Overwatch, 2K, little God of War, and some Arena with Magic the Gathering. So that's what I've been gaming on.
Mr. Norris, could you let us know what you've been gaming on, my friend?
Yes. Since we were late today,
yeah,
I went ahead.
My fault.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
It was my bad.
Since we was a little late, I went ahead and finished off Metroid Prime Remaster. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
No,
nice.
You know what, man?
Yeah, man. It's like riding a bike, bro.
You didn't pull this with me. You did this with me with Dread. Now you did it on Prime.
It's like riding a bike, brother.
Man, I'm stuck.
You stuck?
I was. I finally got unstuck.
I ain't gonna lie. So on the last, did you beat Metroid Prime?
See, I never beat the original Metro Prime. Remember, I told you my brother beat it. I ended up watching him. But no, I know what the end is. I know what the end is. So go ahead. You ain't spoiling.
Well, no, you gotta. I think it's like 10 or 12 artifacts you gotta go find before you can fight Metroid Dread. I mean Metroid Prime. I had to look up 2 of them. I was like, man, I'm tired of reading this stuff and trying to figure this out. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I've been playing that. Man, so many memories. I've been playing Spider-Man Miles Morales still on that. I played the demo to the new Kirby game that's coming out. My sons like it. Well, my youngest son like it. Not for me. It's too slow. I'm pretty sure to pick up later in the game. I don't have time to get there.
You don't got time to get to the good parts.
Man, I ain't got time for that.
That's funny.
I played a little bit of Roblox with them last week. Did I play this week? I can't remember if I played this week or not. And I feel like there was another game that I played that I cannot remember on Steam. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. And yeah, that's it. I think.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's it.
So I guess
before you jump in real quick, I just want to ask Nia, did she get that Metroid Prime the physical disc? I know she was on Twitter saying she couldn't find it on the physical, that she was going to have to get a digital and double dip. So I'm trying to find out, did she actually double dip like she said she was? So
I can answer that.
You can go ahead, Level. Oh, so you can answer that?
Go ahead.
No, she did. She got it. I saw it.
What, physical?
Congratulations, Nia.
Okay.
You won, Nia. No, I'm just playing.
So, as far as me, I've been playing Metroid Prime, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm loving the game. I'm enjoying it. This saving almost made me quit. I was like, I forgot how tedious saving is in this game and how much backtracking and map reading and scanning you got to do. And I was like, man, if I had to scan something else, trying to figure, I'm still on the stage. I just finally beat, because I'm trying to really get everything. So I'm trying to go to every morsel of the stage before I move on. So I just finally beat the plant thing, right? On the first plant that you land on. I beat it, and now I'm backtracking to get my, I think it's my, what's the beam thing where you kind of you swing, what's that called? Not your lasso beam, but I think maybe it is a lasso beam. What is that thing called where you can swing?
I can't even remember the official name of it, but yeah, that's basically what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to get that, and I think I finally got my charge back. So I'm kind of doing all that, and in between trying to let the girls play what they want to play. I've been kind of taking my time because I'm gonna be honest. When I first played Metroid Prime back on the GameCube, I didn't respect the dialogue in the text and all that stuff, and I'm kind of still not. So I'm trying to do better and trying to make sure I'm exhausting everything, trying to figure out everything, getting every bum, because I already know what's coming at the end. So you need to get all this stuff built up and not. Hey, I'm just gonna skip trying to figure out that puzzle. No, I know I'm gonna need them 5 bums when I get to Prime. Say Metroid Prime, because I seen it and I know how many phases you got to fight of it. So I'm trying to do everything so when I get there I'm ready. But boy, man, bro, when you die and you got to go back because you forgot to save because you playing off for a modern understanding. And you die and you realize I got to go collect all this stuff again. That's why I'm still on this stage. Because I died. Because I kept falling in this thing and I died. And I'm like, I just start over. I just start over from, where I just, like we do today. You just start over. Nope. When I woke up in the same room, I came out and they have none of my, I put the game, I was hot. I tell you. So it's been a humbling experience, man. So your boy level it's not like Keith. I just ain't pushing through like that, but I'm kind of getting the hang of it. I do like the dual control. That's better than it originally was. And but I ain't rushing through it. I played it a lot this past Saturday. I played a heck of a lot, man, this past Saturday. So I can see
what all beams do you have?
No, we're not gonna talk about that, Keith. I'm not that far. I'm still. I kept telling you, I kept dying and had to. I wasn't respecting the saves, man. I wasn't saving like I thought, and I kept dying. So I finally started saving every opportunity I could. So no, I'm not that far. I don't have no beams just yet, but I should be on the next stage. I just got to the ice stage, so I know I'm gonna get something there. And but yeah, I'm still there. Yeah, bro. You wait. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Anyway, so that's what we've been gaming it on. Keith always embarrassing your boy with these Metroid games. But anyway, anything else? Anything else? Because I want to pull up, and we're gonna talk about this. Yeah, I'm just letting y'all know we're finna move on. Anything else?
I wasn't here in the pre-show, but I did get a chance to see Ant-Man and Quantum Mania.
What you think?
Oh, for sure.
Man, I can't wait for this phase to really start cooking. That's all I'm gonna say about the MCU.
Okay, I'll take that.
Say it again.
All I'm gonna say. I can't wait for this phase to really start cooking. They got some good stuff. They got some good stuff in the fire, but it ain't cooking for me just yet. It was a good movie though. It was a good movie.
Okay, but that's fair.
I also saw, just want to throw that out there, Knock at the Cabin. If you haven't seen that, it's been out for a minute. I can't give you anything on that one, but this is definitely not what you think it is.
Knock on the Cabin.
But is it good though?
I liked it.
Okay, that's an M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, he hit and miss anyway.
He is definitely hit and miss. He's been more missed than hit lately, but yes, he is hit and miss. So, used to be my boy.
All right, so the first topic we're going to, because last time we kind of started with our small topics, we're going to have our main topic, so everybody can get in at the beginning. Then whatever time is left, we get it in. Because I didn't watch State of Play, so I don't even know. I got to go watch that. But so I was in the last podcast, we talked about Metroid Prime, right? And I said it reminds me of the times when Nintendo sought to be the best, right? And so in the comment section, Shadow Fox, shout out to Shadow Fox, he made a statement, and I'm going to pull it up here, about Blue Ocean Strategies and how the success of the Switch is because Nintendo basically figured it out and with their Blue Ocean strategies, they have found what works. And I disagreed with his take because I do not believe personally that Blue Ocean strategy is the reason why the Switch is successful. So I kind of want to talk about that. So I'm finna pull it up because I want to read what Shadow Fox said so I can represent him right. And like I said, this is not no knock to him or nothing like that. This isn't anything bad. Just want to represent what he said so I can make sure I'm not misquoting him or anything like that. So let me get there. I'm almost there, y'all. Any thoughts on before I pull this? Here it is.
I think for me, because I'm if I got my eyes closed, right, and I'm just listening, how are we defining this Blue Ocean strategy with the Switch? We know with the Wii, we know what that meant with the Wii. We know what it meant with the Wii U. To me, the Switch is more traditional than both of those. Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to find out, and I know it's a hybrid. You can but still, the way you interact with it's still more traditional than both of those. So I'm just trying to find out what is this Blue Ocean strategy that Nintendo utilized that was so vastly different than what everybody else was doing. Still got two analog sticks, got the same button layouts. Other than it looking like Vaseline on the screen, what? What?
So, we finna get into it because I guess we talking about sales. So I'm gonna read what Shadow Fox said. He said Nintendo then, talking about back with the GameCube and the failures, realized that what it took 3 console generations for Sony and Microsoft to figure out. The law of diminishing returns is real, and the only way to effectively move gaming forward is with Blue Ocean strategies, pass or fail. No matter how powerful your console is, it is outdated and weaker than the PC off the rip. The trick is to effectively master the fixed hardware in front of you and not some nebulous, is that how you say that? Nebulous engine created without the console in mind and force it to run. Let me get the rest. This how games like Metroid Prime and Resident Evil 4 came to be, planning around what the hardware does well. So, that's what he said. And what I said was, I believe this. My response was this. I want to pull it up as well. So I said I disagree with your conclusion. Nintendo has one thing going for them, and that's their IPs, games. The Switch was a smart, well-marketed, well-explained product that appealed to core as well as casuals. I don't believe the Blue Ocean strategy played a huge factor in its success. I believe they convinced all gamers to buy in, meaning the same people that caused Sony to sell over 100 systems each generations are the same individuals buying the Switch, along with core Nintendo fans. Grandma and grandpa aren't buying the Switch. So that's going to be some of what I want to talk about. Do y'all feel, and Nia, I'm seeing what you're posting down here. Do y'all feel that the Switch is a product, success is a product of Blue Ocean strategies like the Wii or something else? I'm going to throw it at you first, Keith, then I'll bring it back to you, K-Bump. Go ahead, Keith.
Man, the Wii, the Wii is such a vastly different experience. Yes, the Switch does offer motion control, and you can do the Joy-Cons and have them in your hand. You have that option, but it's like now Nintendo's giving us the option of how we want to play. As of before, it was this is what you're going to do when you play this thing. Like you can't, even when you had traditional controllers on the Wii, you still had to connect it to the Wii remote. Like everything had to go through the Wii remote. You couldn't do anything outside of it. With the Wii U, they started to pull away from it, but the main core function was the gamepad. Now, like you can literally just play with the Pro controller like I do for everything. You don't have to even attempt to try to use motion or anything like that. So I just think it was fundamentally a different mindset where this is the Nintendo today is trying to bridge the gap. Like with the Wii, they were out in the middle of the ocean. Now they paddled their way back to dry land. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I understand what he's saying, and I get it because we want to continue to give Nintendo that credence of how creative they are with their consoles and how different they are. But to me, honestly, the Switch at its core is a traditional device. If you never hook it up to your TV, then it's a handheld. If you hook it up to your TV and never to pull it off and use it as a handheld, then it's a console. You know what I mean? And you can play it as such. You can do everything that you can do on the others, like the other ones. Download, DLC, internet, YouTube now. Is there I don't know if there's Netflix on there, but I don't know. I don't see it as vastly different. I do know this though. The handheld market was such a huge viable market for Nintendo that they pulled all of those people and put them into one. So to me, like they're still getting their games. The home console people, which I fall in that category, we're still getting our games. It just brought everybody together. But as far as it like being this vastly different thing, I don't see that. I could be wrong, or maybe I don't know, but
Okay. No, I don't think there's no wrong. It's just I don't think there's no wrong. It's just the question is, do we believe that the Switch was do we believe the Switch is due to Blue Ocean strategy, the success?
The success is a combination of failures and successes. That's what it is.
Okay.
They learned from their mistakes. They were still able to be creative. Like Metroid Prime, for example. They have like 4 or 5 different control sets that you can use. That's Nintendo. Whereas Sony and Microsoft probably and PC would just give you 1 or 2. You know what I mean? So it's a combination of everything that they've learned. Hey, here, if you want to use motion controls like you did on with the Metroid Prime trilogy, here you go. You can do that. But if you want to play it more traditional, here you go. And we even updated it to today's standards. So it to me, they're just combining everything that they've learned and failed on and making it a success.
Okay. K-Bomb, thoughts?
Yes.
Is the Switch success a product of Blue Ocean strategies?
Okay. First, we have to understand what we're talking about when we say Blue Ocean strategy.
Right.
Okay. That's the core, the crux of the conversation. So, using my technology, so I've dove into AI technology. I've been using these chat systems. I think they're pretty cool. That's something we'll have to talk about in our one of our next podcasts. But I used the AI technology and I asked it, what is Blue strategy in the form of gaming? What is Blue Ocean strategy? And what the Blue Ocean strategy actually represents is the idea that companies should focus on creating new demand and uncontested market spaces instead of fighting for market share in a crowded competitive market.
Can I change my answer? No, I'm just playing.
So if we're going to base it off of that definition again, is that companies focus on creating a demand in uncontested market spaces rather than fighting for market share in crowded and competitive market spaces, then we have to point out some of the things that the Switch actually does in that capacity. Keith gave the example of the combining of home and mobile markets, right? I would safely say that's an uncontested market. right? That we haven't really seen a console. I'm doing air quotes if you can't see me. We haven't seen a console dip into this market of being able to take your games on the go, right? A home console is what it is. It's a home console, and a mobile game or a mobile console or handheld, is I guess that's the wording that we would use for it, is something that we take on the go. Right, we don't really plug it up to a TV and play it. And if we do, is the results aren't that great, right? And so there was a market. Actually, Nintendo took the graphic card from the market that the Switch kind of sits in, right? We know that the Switch isn't the first of its kind, right? We've talked about that, but it wasn't a market that had any traction. So from that point, I would say that part of the success is from going at that particular market, which is this hybrid home console mobile type of gaming, right?
Okay.
What DJ says, he says he feels like he's in a college class.
Who
Well,
said
good.
that?
He said, DJ Fanatic said, I feel like I'm in a class at college.
Yeah,
Well, good.
we try to have some real conversation here. Go ahead.
I like to dig in a little bit deeper. I don't like to play on the surface. I like to dig in deep. So there's an aspect that we can say that Nintendo Switch does jump into the blue ocean strategy, but when we compare it to what the Wii did, I think Keith had some really good analogies, man. So I got to give it up to him. He talked about, to me, and I agree with Keith. The Wii, as far as blue ocean strategy, was sitting in the middle of the ocean.
I'm finna
I
pull
mean,
it up.
as far as you had cruise ships fighting over getting Wii's on the cruise ship so that people on the cruise ship can play it. You had people who had owned consoles in years or ever buying Wii's. At a certain point, it sat on their tabletop and collected dust, and no one did anything. But they bought it, and the success of the Wii was purely off of blue ocean strategy. I will jump in and say this. I will say a portion of the Switch's success is blue ocean. If I'm going off of if I'm using this term to tie it to this hybrid console, but
Man,
I would say it where they really shine and why this isn't. I don't think we can say the Switch is as successful as the Wii. I don't think we say that. We can say it's successful. I don't think it's as successful as the Wii, but I will say that they have, and I think Nia said in the comment section, they have dove into casuals. Casuals feel comfortable buying the Switch. And you again, and I say this all the time, casuals drive the gaming market. I don't give a dang where the hardcore gamers believe, but casuals drive the gaming market. That's why the most casual games, Call of Duty, Madden, FIFA, GTA, are always the most popular and highest selling games. So I don't care what the hardcore gamers say, but they drive they drive the market and bought the Switch. And also what drive the Switch, and I don't want this to be taken the wrong way. So I'm saying this leveled and keyed, so don't take it the wrong way. When I talk to a lot of parents and a lot of people, what their kids want for Christmas and what their kids want are Switches.
I'm offended.
Once you have appealed to the hearts of kids, and you're going to see your console pick up in sales, and the Switch is a safe buy for households, and the kids are saying they want it because they're seeing their friends get it, and so it builds and builds and builds, and so people want the Switch, right? So that's my take, and I think they've cannibalized their own handheld market. So I think another large portion of the Wii success is the cannibalization of their mobile demographic, right? So those guys also bought the Switch, which is everything Keith said, I'm not really saying it too much new. I'm just packaging it in a very different way. So that's my thoughts.
He just saying he's saying it better. That's all. That's all. That's
A
cool.
little bit from
Okay.
column A, a little bit from column B. Is what I gotta say.
So
I heard that, Keith. I heard
K-Bum came through for like DJ Fanatic said, Professor K-Bum came through. Now, let me take what K-Bum said and let me say why I don't believe the Blue Ocean strategy. I'm not gonna say it doesn't have a factor, but I don't believe it plays a big enough factor in this sense. Okay, K-Bum said the Blue Ocean strategy is what you say, K-Bum, kind of targeting
it is a strategy based on the idea that companies should focus on creating new demand in uncontested market spaces rather than fighting for market share in crowded and competitive markets.
Okay, now that's the actual definition of Blue Ocean. Nintendo's definition of Blue Ocean was non-gamers. Their Blue Ocean was creating, and it is what you're saying, but is the focus is a lot different. Uncontested market is, like you said, hybrid, a Wiimote. That's an uncontested market, motion controls, but Nintendo was going for non-traditional gamers, not even casual gamers, creating gamers. Grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, who never seen gaming as something they would get into, forcing grandma to pick up a remote and nunchuck and play Wii Sports and Wii Bowling and all that type of stuff. And I don't believe that was Nintendo's strategy with the Switch. That's why I disagreed. Because with the Wii, they tapped into and it goes to the Blue Ocean strategy with K-Bum. They tapped into people who never, and K-Bum said it, never played a game ever. Agreed. Was buying the Switch. The Switch made it onto Oprah.
The Wii or the Switch?
The Switch. I mean the Wii.
The Wii.
Okay. I'm sorry.
The Wii. Yeah, okay.
The Wii made it onto Oprah. The Wii was a phenomenon in the sense that mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, uncle, aunt, son, daughter, and everything in between, even the dog, was playing the Wii. They tapped into a market that they created a market, right? That's why we got the Xbox with Kinect. That's why Nintendo Switch, not Switch, but Sony went to the Move controllers. Mm-hmm. Why? Because Nintendo opened up a whole new market, right?
Agreed.
They tried to tap into that market again with the Wii U. Failed miserably. They came back with the Switch.
Before you proceed, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what they were trying to do with the Wii U.
But
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I
don't know.
Going off what Reggie said,
they said hardcore.
They said the U in Wii U, and let me pull this up. Matter of fact, this is Reggie. The U in Wii U stood for hardcore gamers. U is not just for, it's for you, gamer. You, hardcore gamer. We haven't forgot about you. So the Wii U is for you, right?
That's why I failed.
It was lame. I'm not gonna front. That was a lame, but that's what it was, right? So
I wonder how he felt saying that. Like that came out of my mouth.
Right, it did. And if I took the volume off, you would see him say it right here in this.
We know there's still key questions to be answered.
You don't have to.
Okay. So my point is, the Blue Ocean strategy worked because Nintendo took gaming to non-traditional, non-gamers. They created gamers. The Switch, I believe, works because Nintendo focused on gamers. If that makes sense. Casual as well as hardcore. They had. Let me pull the commercial back up again, real quick. Let me pull up the Switch commercial again. I just want y'all to pay attention to what you see in this commercial. You see young adults who are gamers, not kids, young adults. It was a different marketing. They was targeting casual gamers, people who game but may not be as hardcore, and it worked. They got the same people who, this is what I meant when I was saying to Shadow Fox. With the Switch, Nintendo got the same audience that makes the Sony PlayStation sell 100 systems every generation. Sony always sells 100. They didn't need a blue ocean. Even though they may have with the Blu-ray and all that, but Sony has carved out that they, every generation, no matter what, except for the PlayStation 3, and if I'm not mistaken, it was just a few million away from 100 million sold.
Like 90 something. I think it was in the 90s if it wasn't 100.
No matter what they put out, they're going to move 100 plus million systems. Nintendo with the Switch tapped into that market, those gamers. They are casuals, but they, for whatever reason, the Switch appealed to them, plus Nintendo's handheld crew. And I thought K-Bum was going to say that because that was one of the points he made in the chat room, that they galvanized their handheld base. And they, like with the 3DS and the DS, they always was selling 80, 90 plus, 60, 70 plus million every iteration. To me, that's what Nintendo did. I don't believe the blue ocean was what they targeted. They wasn't trying to create, based on what they called blue ocean. To them, blue ocean was non-gamers that never picked up a controller. That's what they said they were targeting with the Wii. With the Switch, I believe they was targeting those who had picked up controllers but never thought to pick up a Nintendo. And if you look at this commercial, it's all adults. You don't even see kids. I don't even know if y'all ever noticed that. It's adults.
No, now, I noticed it when they showed it. It was like adults at parties and something like that. And
right.
They had the Switch on the table, and it was like an outdoor party in some of the videos, and they were playing the Switch. Now, I remember those. Right.
I ended here. On the last scene, you see competitive gaming. My wife is trying to talk to me, so go ahead, whoever wants to say so.
No, I was going to say, I think we did discuss that when we first started looking at the Switch. We noticed that it wasn't like, we knew that kids would be the focal point, but we know that when they were showing this, especially right here when they showing Splatoon, we talked about that, how it seems like it's appealing to, where they're trying to market it toward young adults, people who actually make money to go out and buy this stuff. So
who made the money to go buy the stuff? That's funny.
Yeah.
So that's my take. I'm not downplaying Blue Ocean didn't play some parts. I just don't believe that was why it was successful. I believe they finally tapped into the mainstream casual gaming market. The same group that's making Sony successful every year appealed to the Switch appealed to them. I'm seeing teenage. I work at a college. There's nothing for me to see a Switch in college students' hands. The ones that I know would typically play a PlayStation or an Xbox has the Switch. That wasn't the case with the I'm just going to be honest. That wasn't the case with the 3DS and the DS. There was a type. There was a type. Can I be real?
Yeah.
There was a type.
There was a type that had the DS and the 3DS. They had a look. They all fit in that same kind of bracket. I'm not gonna go through the attributes and characteristics of that type, but y'all know what I mean.
I know. I'm picking up what you're laying down.
Right, you picking it up. I don't want to be disrespectful, or because I know everybody doesn't fit that type that owned the DS or 3DS.
I had two.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember standing in the line to get the GameCube, and I did not look like who I was standing beside. And I remember my brothers were like, "Man, you stood out like a sore thumb. I was like, what you mean? Like, bro, you didn't look like nobody that was standing in that line for the GameCube.
I play Magic the Gathering. I know what you're saying.
Right. So now when I see Switches, I see college basketball players, college football players, jocks and all that, they got Switches. So, and I know these are the same individuals that if you walked into their dorm room, you're going to see the Xbox, you're going to see the PlayStation. To me, that's who Nintendo has with the Switch. And they haven't had that market, that group for a long time. I think since the Super NES, in my opinion. So, any other takes on it? I don't see anything.
I like your take. I'm gonna take a step back. I'm gonna say, I know I don't say it often. I like your take, Level, because again, this is why I said at the very beginning, it's very important to understand when we say blue ocean what we're talking about, right? Because blue ocean means different things, and I like the fact that you gave us what Nintendo was shooting for when they used the term blue ocean, right? Which is a little bit different than what I was saying, which is trying to get those people who've never played a console or maybe played it, but it's been 10, 15, 20 years to actually buy their system. And by that definition, I completely agree with you. By that definition, that is not what the Switch. That is not the success of the Switch. Is getting those people who may have never played. I have friends who don't play video games at all. They had a Wii, and now their kid has PS4s and PS5s. Right? Mm-hmm. They haven't really they gone to the gaming, but the parents don't game anymore. And now the kid's old enough to game on his own. But they all had Wii's, right? They had that market, but I don't think the Switch is tapped back into that those type of people, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's a very good distinction that you made with your argument, and I will agree based off of the parameters that Nintendo set for themselves that that was not the success of the Switch, or the reason why the Switch was successful was that particular market. I think that's a very small market share. This go around.
I wanna. You did when you brought up the DS and the 3DS, man. As a Nintendo fan and anybody who's a gamer, that Nintendo handheld market or those gamers are truly unappreciated. Mm-hmm. Those people and when I say those people, and again, I'm not trying to make it seem like they're a different group of people, but we know who they are. They really carried Nintendo. Yeah. All those quick games that they were able to put out, all those professional Laytons and all this other little stuff that, a lot of us didn't play because we just weren't trying to play handhelds. They held it down for Nintendo. So when you look at so you go back and you look at the Game Boy Advance, the DS, the 3DS, you look at those numbers. I mean, you got to give those people who love those Nintendo handhelds credit for basically a lot of the success of the Switch. A lot of us, quote unquote, hardcore, we're going to get it because we're just Nintendo fans. But those handheld people, man, Nintendo's going to be held down for a very long time as long as they continue to cater to them.
Right, I agree. So, and that's what I added to my take was you got the casuals and hardcore who make Sony successful, and you got that handheld that made 3DS what it was. I just played this commercial where I think it was the Japan commercial for or the Japanese commercial for the Wii, how they was going to different houses and asking can they play with them.
Oh yeah.
Shut my door, boo boo. I'm on a podcast. This, to me, this echoes what my point was with the Wii. It echoed what they were saying. They were going to households who did not traditionally play games. They might have bought it for their daughters and their sons, but they was pulling mom and dad and everyone in the house into the game. That wasn't the marketing strategy for the Switch. Now, you may have saw some of that elements of that on the rooftop, but what you saw mostly in the Switch marketing was casual to hardcore gamers. Actual gamers who played games that were adults. They didn't use kids. You didn't see no kids. Unlike the Wii U, if I go back to the Wii U and show you them brackets, that strategy was what failed because they didn't be because there was a lot of confusion with the title of the name of the system. What is a Wii U? Who is this for? Nintendo was kind of torn on who they was really going for. And it goes back to what K-Bum said. At that time, Nintendo was really going for kids and pretending to want to act like they wanted hardcore, but at their core, they wanted kids. And they was conflicted in how they went about doing things with the Wii U, and that's why it failed, because who was this for? It neither appealed to kids nor hardcore gamers, mainly just that core Nintendo fan base, which I'm a part of, and I know Keith is a part of. Yeah, we gonna buy it. That 13 million, we gonna buy it. But not even though that 3DS, that DS, 3DS group didn't even buy the Wii U, because it didn't appeal to them. It wasn't marketed towards them, even though Nintendo was just conflicted and confused in how they marketed the Wii U. But the Switch, clearly they was going for gamers, especially casual gamers, people who game on a regular basis, but are casual, and that 3DS, DS group that they had, and that's why it's successful. I don't think it was Blue Ocean too much at all. Any thoughts in the comment section? I don't want to. Let me see. I'm going to have to rewatch because I had to leave for. Okay, Nia, but I want to know if anyone else agree or disagree. I think where I'm standing is, I think my logic was good with it. I ain't gonna say I'm correct, but I think I had a good take. Put it like that.
Hey man, I already pat you on the back. Calm down, man.
Yeah, you did. So, any final thoughts on that? And we can move on to this. Do we want to go to Microsoft and Call of Duty, or do we want to go to State of Play? I didn't see State of Play. So, thanks, Nia. Good point. She said, good point, Level. Thank you. Hey.
The State of Play was mainly about, what's that thing? The 3D thing?
The PSVR 2.
VR, yeah.
What?
But they did, yeah. But they did talk about Suicide Squad, which I'm disappointed. It did not look fun to me at all. I don't know if y'all seen the trailer, the video. It didn't look fun to me because I'm so used to the Arkham series.
So it was 2 days ago, or was it today?
That was today.
Today.
That was today.
It got one that was 2 days ago too. Or was that announced?
Now it's probably announced. No, the State of Play was today, and I sent the article actually in the chat on what they actually showed. They did show some videos on Street Fighter.
I got it up so they can watch us. Go ahead though, Keith. You was talking. My bad.
No, I was just saying that the Suicide Squad didn't look good. It didn't look fun. I don't think the people the movies or these games, I don't think they understand what Suicide Squad are supposed to be doing. They keep turning these people into superheroes, and they're not superheroes. They have a beautiful, I can't think of the words right now, but they have an opportunity. There it is. They have a beautiful opportunity to take these guys and really make them like real anti-heroes or whatever. But they keep turning them into the heroes because in this game, the heroes have been brainwashed, and now the heroes are villains. And it's like, dude, just stop. But then it's all multiplayer. You have to play online, and that's the part that turned me off.
Oh,
and what game is this?
Okay.
Suicide Squad.
Okay, and shout out to you, DJ Fanatic. I see you. Yeah, we all missed State of Play. I don't know. Anyway, I sure missed it.
Maybe they didn't work on their marketing.
Yeah, some way they need to get the word out that it's coming because I sure didn't know nothing about it. So, was there anything else that stood out to y'all in State of Play? Because like I said, I'm looking at this first game. I don't know what this really is. Foglands.
It's a VR game.
Yeah, it's a VR game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot that doesn't appeal when you're talking about VR games.
And this must be for Horizon. No, this ain't Horizon. Is this Horizon? The graphics just don't look good enough to be Horizon.
They did show Street Fighter like K-Bon said, and Resident Evil 4.
Oh, they showed some more Resident Evil 4? Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me get past this stuff. If whatever they showing for VR ain't doing it for me. I just don't know, man. VR, I don't know, man.
VR is niche. It's niche. It is not hardcore. It is not casual. VR is a niche type of experience, and the more and more people try to make it mainstream, the more and more people will keep saying this is niche. I think VR gets better when the entire body is a part of the VR experience.
Street Fighters right there.
I think right now, we're still trying to get fingers a part of the experience, right? I think VR really takes hold, and I don't think it's.
Oh, they got Zagrif. Okay. I didn't know they was bringing it. Look dope.
I don't even know if home console gaming is the right space for VR. Right, so they keep trying, and it may be a little bit away, but yeah, VR is not. It's still niche, in my opinion.
Here's my defense about VR. Not defense, but like just pay attention to this. Nintendo is not doing VR. They did VR once and never went back. That should tell you something. And that was with the what was that thing called? We don't even know the name of that VR thing that Nintendo did before when that.
Wasn't it called Nintendo VR?
You mean the Virtual Boy?
Virtual Boy, yeah, Virtual Boy.
But I mean, well,
it's old tech, but I think they saw back then and like, we really can't, like, because you're closed off. I get it. You want to put the helmet, the hat on, or whatever the goggles on, and you want to get fully immersed. But the stuff that you got these people doing, nah. It has to be something simple. It has to be like bowling. It has to be. That's why when you look at the Wii, that's why when they did that, it worked. These dudes trying to make full-blown God of War type games in VR, and I'm exaggerating, but they're trying to make full-on experiences like that, and that's what we asked for. But realistically, you don't want to do that for 20 to 30 hours.
I don't think that's what I'm saying. I don't believe the paraphernalia has caught up to what they're really wanting to do with in VR. I think once you start adding tactical feedback into your hands, into your body, I think that's when VR is taken to a different level, right? So I personally think there's still pieces of VR that isn't there yet.
Here's K-Bum playing on the VR right here, y'all. I pulled it up.
Oh Lord, I didn't know we were showing stuff like this. I know this is what we were doing.
I'm gonna show me too. So the reason I'm showing is because I wanted them to know. So let me mute it real quick. Hold up. I ain't want the sound. I'm trying to see why.
The art on the card actually looks really cool.
Hey, boy, you black? I'm just playing.
If you can't tell this is the Negro voice, then you got trouble.
Go ahead, though.
No, I was just. No, I mean, I stayed at the point. The point that I think it's still niche, and the price point as well also makes it niche, right? That it's $1,000 to get into it. Right, if you bring in the price of the console and then the pieces of the VR, it's around $1,000 to get into it, and that is itself makes the experience a niche experience.
Oh,
Absolutely.
So the price has to shrink to make it mainstream. There's a lot of things about it that needs to boundaries need to be moved out of the way before it can become mainstream. It is very niche.
When you was pulling those arrows, did you feel like there was some resistance?
Yes, there actually
Really?
is resistance in
Uh-huh.
in the hand, so you can feel the tightening of the bow as it feeds back, but not as you would feel if it was actual bow, but you feel something happening right in your hands. So
what I was gonna say was going back to what K-Bomb said earlier about
Price and progress.
the fingers. Now, there's still like it's really just putting the screen on your face. It's not,
You see the art on
and but you plan the exact same way. It's just instead of a TV, it's a screen on your face. So if you can't experience, and I was trying to show the other one I got, and I don't know what that particular video is on my computer, where I was on the ground crawling around. That got immersive. But I mean, it was fun though.
Type of game,
This
right?
was a dope game as well.
Dungeon type game.
Yeah,
Oh, this
was a
one
dope
was
game.
good.
you get.
Yeah, K-Bomb, I ain't mean
I
to put
see
you
you,
on
K-Bomb.
blast like that.
I think you meant to, but it's cool.
My bad,
They should
bro.
come out.
It's-
They should come out with a VR basic training, military basic training game.
now you got Nia Tomo. Oh my God, he's black. you
So,
trash,
I'm
you
trying-
trash geek.
I'm trying to find the other one I got up here. Because I got a few of them of that experience, but I can't find the one I'm on yet. But anyway, so I agree with K-Bum. It's fun. Oh, this Resident Evil. Oh, okay. It's fun, but again, there's a lot of eye fatigue. There's a lot around your face, and it really, you really have to detach from everything around you to play it.
Right.
And it's just, I don't know if it allows you to fully submerge that way, because unlike just a TV and a controller, you can still engage if your kids run in, if your wife run in, whereas VR, you got to take the headset off. It's a lot. It's just a lot to really get into it, to enjoy it. And I don't think we at that stage to where the form factor is enjoyable yet, if that makes sense.
Right. Yep.
Any
Makes
other
absolute
things
sense.
on that?
That y'all remember that Microsoft? I think it was called Luma Room or Illumination or whatever. I thought that was pretty cool.
Was
To
that
kinda-
the IR technology?
I think it was like an IR or whatever, and it's like so you had your TV and then it displayed or projected lights outside of your TV, so it basically made your screen bigger.
Yes.
I thought that was pretty immersive, but I think they went ahead and when they got rid of all those employees, they got rid of that too. So
I believe it. Because they into that chat box technology.
right.
I'm about to talk to you guys about that, man. I've been digging into it a little bit, so I'm about to talk to y'all about it. But that's a different time.
Okay.
Not on the podcast yet. We'll talk.
So is there anything else we want to talk about concerning the state of play? This Rockstar. What is this Rockstar?
That's the game. What the
Keith was
Suicide
talking
Squad.
about Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Suicide. Yeah.
Rocksteady.
I mean, yeah, I said Rockstar, but real Rocksteady. It don't look bad.
No, graphically it was good, but they just turned it into like basically a games as a service, co-op.
Yeah, and I heard that model is becoming is a lot of folks are leaving that model because it's not viable as far as.
It's not viable because companies are greedy.
Okay.
That's why it's not viable.
Yeah, you gotta make new IPs, for stuff like this. You can't be taking known characters, stuff that you really want to dive deeper into, and slapping that on a game as a service or strictly online. That's trash, man. And that ain't cool.
Right.
Yeah, I think only particular type of games have to be this games as a service type of setup. It's not easily applied to every type of game and every type of genre. It works for like Destiny. It works for Destiny, right? People are still playing Destiny 2 right now, bro. They just came out with another DLC, right? Division as a game as a third. People are still playing Division. Apex, Fortnite. These are games as a service, right? So it works. In a particular type of game, it works. This story-driven game doesn't really work well with this games as a service. The type of games that continues because Marvel was the first one to do it. The Marvel's game. It was horrendous. It's terrible. It was terrible. And they keep trying to force feed this type of strategy in some of these games, and it just doesn't work. Overwatch 2 is just getting out of the backlash that it's been getting with this games as a service setup. Because, it went from, actually buying the game for a certain price and getting all the content to now being free to play. Right? And so, and they've gotten harsh backlash for the first several months that the game has been out, and they're finally making changes to the system to make it more fair because it was again they were being very, very greedy and money hungry, and so the prop. Say what?
No, I was gonna say, what's your thoughts on the game for Overwatch, the game as a service? Oh no, free to play. Sorry, free to play.
It's free to play, but it's using the game as a service type of setup where it's always updated. Right, it's continuously updated type of setup for a game, and I think it works once they change their mindset and actually make it so that the only people who benefits are the people who play it nonstop, and that's how it was. The only people who benefited from this setup are the people who play it nonstop. And I don't have time to dedicate to playing this game nonstop. I play it for 15 minutes, 20 an hour, and then I'll play a different game. And the system only worked if you played it nonstop, so you can accumulate all of the weekly rewards, daily rewards, and season rewards, and then you can pay for everything without using money. But then you're catering to one particular part of the audience. And so that's why I'm happy they've made changes to the system so that it just doesn't favor one particular gamer over the other.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, any other thoughts? Or are we moving on to? I would play my video, but I can't find it. I'll play another time. I thought I had it up here, but I didn't. Because I feel bad putting K-Bum out there like that.
That's cool, man. It is what it is. Put a brother on the spot. That's cool, man. It is what it is. It's par for the course for level. Par for the course.
No warning. Hey, K-Bum, you're on the screen.
You're on TV. Gotta give my permission. It's a privacy setting on this thing.
Your face was covered up, man.
But my belly wasn't. Good Lord, I need to do some sit-ups that day.
Man,
anyway.
I got some belly too, so don't feel bad. I'm trying to find it, but anyway, so what was I saying? So, want to move on to the topic with Microsoft and Call of Duty?
Absolutely. You can move.
So, let me pull it up here. Go ahead, K-Bum. You kind of, was it you or Keith who put that up?
I think it had to be Keith. I don't believe I put it up.
Put up something about Microsoft?
Yeah, about them and the buying. Or was it me? Did I put it up in there that they bought? That they made that deal to bring Call of Duty. Yeah, I thought it was K-Bum.
No. That was Nintendo one. That's Leveled, I believe. I did that. It wasn't me.
It was you, bro.
It was Nintendo. Yeah, it was me. Yeah. They made that deal for Nintendo. The 10-year deal for Nintendo. Sorry.
Here, I'm pulling it up now.
I apologize. Unprofessional. Just unprofessional.
So hold on, I'm pulling up. Well, go ahead though. I'm pulling up the article now.
So what they were talking about, we've heard Sony's gripes with Microsoft and this Activision acquisition but that was fun to say. We've heard Sony's complaints about it and how they were kind of getting a raw deal from Microsoft with the Call of Duty franchise. But this week, Microsoft talks about how they've secured a deal with Nintendo, and I believe it was to bring the Call of Duty game. I think it was several pieces to it. It was that the Call of Duty game will be on Nintendo console. It would be released day and date, and the feature sets it would bring over very similar feature sets to the system, right? And so that is a departure from other third parties contracts with Nintendo. I'll speak on FIFA and how bad FIFA is. You know, FIFA is probably one of the most selling games in the world. It sells more than Madden because in the Europe they buy FIFA just as much as America, if not more. And the Switch version of FIFA is, I believe, the PS3 version of FIFA.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, it's not even the PS4 version. So the FIFA that's on the Switch, I believe, I'm not mistaken, is the legacy PS3 version of FIFA, and that's how bad it is. So the fact that it's a big deal that Microsoft is saying, "Hey, we're going to come to you and come to Nintendo, and we're going to bring Nintendo 10 years. I believe it was 10 years. Yeah, 10 years worth of Call of Duty." To your system. And I know somewhere that should make our good old boy Jedi Knight smile, because I know he was happy to play the mobile Call of Duty and the few that was actually on a Nintendo system.
Keith, you got anything to add to it?
Well, I was kind of just laying the foundation of the conversation.
Microsoft out here securing deals when they don't own it yet. I feel you. Trying to make it look good. I don't know. I did want to bring something up that was kind of pertaining to that. Somebody on Twitter had posted how Microsoft describes how Sony beats Microsoft. What did they say? Microsoft describes how Sony beats Microsoft Xbox market shares globally to the tune of 75% versus 25%. They was going back and forth between how Microsoft and Sony is basically the market leader. So kind of, I'm gonna see if I can tie all this together and make it make sense. Because like they out here signing deals to basically, like they're showing, oh, these guys are the market leader. Hey, we're playing nice. We just signed a deal with Nintendo. We just signed a deal with Nvidia. Did they sign a deal with somebody else? Is Nvidia, Nintendo? Those 10-year deals to bring these games over.
If it's somebody else, I don't remember.
I know it was Nvidia because I think they're partnering with Nvidia GeForce Now. GeForce Now. So
it's not Stadia they teaming up with. I'll tell you that.
Hey man, don't.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Nia said, I think this confirms the Switch 2. Oh, we got to talk about that now.
We not doing We're not doing that.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, I think that's weird that Microsoft can do that. I think it's weird that Nintendo can even sign. And I don't know. This whole situation just sounds really weird to me. It's like we already got the deal, but we can't really fully announce it. I don't really know what to say. This is a weird situation, and then trying to throw, like they had pie charts trying to show how Sony is the market leader.
Yeah, they did.
How Microsoft. Go ahead.
Let me read, because did we answer the question? Does this seem to suggest that Microsoft has secured this deal with Activision? So it says Microsoft President Brad Smith has today confirmed the company has locked in a 10-year agreement to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo device owners the same day as Xbox. I wonder why I left out Sony on that. With full features and content Priority. Is that how they say that? Is that what that is? Parody. I'm sorry. My brain tripping. Smith revealed the deal via Twitter, noting this new agreement is just part of Microsoft's commitment to bring Xbox games and Activision titles like Call of Duty to more players on more platforms. We now, and you see Brad Pitt's Twitter, we now signed a binding 10-year contract to bring Xbox game to Nintendo gamers. This is just part of our commitment to bring Xbox games. So, did y'all catch that? This is just part of our commitment to bring Xbox games and Activision titles. So that suggests that this is not just talking about Call of Duty, but it seems like Microsoft is also committing other games from their library to other companies. Anyway.
What games?
It says Xbox games and Activision titles. I don't know what games. They Ori and the Blind Fish and all that stuff. The Ori and what was that? The something fish. They brought all that stuff over. I hope something like what is the game that they got from? Banjo-Kazooie, stuff like that maybe come to the Nintendo system. Like Call of Duty to more players on more platforms. So under the contract, Nintendo owners will be able to experience Call of Duty just as Xbox and PlayStation gamers enjoyed Call of Duty according to Microsoft. Microsoft previously announced a 10-year commitment had been struck with Nintendo to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo consoles in December 2022. Today, it would appear this deal is now a signed and binding legal agreement. Call of Duty has not been available on Nintendo since 2013, 10 years. Call of Duty Ghost for Wii U. And I remember everybody playing that game that owned, the 13, the few that owned the Wii U. Microsoft. So anyway, that's enough. So anything else? I don't feel like reading no more.
Shout out to Tiger King in the comment section, setting me straight over here.
What'd he say? Let me see. Shout out to Tiger King.
He said that that chart was what they asked for. I was talking about the charts and how they would bring all those pie charts and stuff. He said it did not include Nintendo because they weren't interested in them referring to the info the FTC put forward. That is what they are going on.
Okay, he says. Okay, I'm trying to read all. Okay. So you just read that. Then he said. Leveled head. It's just Call of Duty for now. Outside of Minecraft, don't expect more than that. I'm not going to say that, man. I'm not going to say that because Nintendo and Microsoft, they've been putting a few of their titles. Cuphead. What else they put over there? Like I said, Ori. There's a few titles that Microsoft has put on the Nintendo system outside of Minecraft. So, no, I'm not going to. I can't agree with you there, man. We might get some Killer Instinct. I don't know.
Okay. So I'm literally sitting here thinking about that.
Right.
That's the only deal I care about. If we can get all our rare games back over to Nintendo, can y'all develop these for us so we can just get this money? Okay, I'm down. Bring Perfect Dark, all that.
So my question is, and I'm bringing you in here, Keith. What you say, Keith? Bring all that Perfect Dark and what else?
Yeah, Perfect Dark, Conquer, Banjo. Even though I didn't really play Banjo, but still, somebody
Banjo.
wanted.
Banjo was dope to me. All right, so Cape, I'm gonna bring you back in here real quick, and then we at an hour and 18 minutes. So we normally go about an hour and 30, but we ain't got to go that long because we did start late. Why do you think in this initial paragraph they didn't say anything about Sony? Let me see. Let me make sure I'm going to. Why do you think they left out Sony?
Because Sony don't want they stink contract.
So go ahead.
I personally feel, this is what I personally feel. I personally feel all this is to all the investigators, all the bureaucrats, all the people, the FCC and wherever the people are in the UK, everybody looking and say, hey, no, look, we do want to share our Call of Duty franchise with all the other gaming companies. We're not trying to keep it to ourselves and put it on Game Pass and make all the people come to Xbox to play their game. Look, we're making deals with everyone else. See, this is why you should let us have Activision, because we care for the people. And then after those 10 years, you'll never see another Call of Duty on another system. First, that's what I think it is.
I find it interesting. Okay, I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to jump down real quick. It says, Microsoft President Brad Smith has today confirmed that the company has locked in a 10-year agreement to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo device owners the same day as Xbox, with full features and parity. All right, so then it goes down here and it says, let me make sure I get to the right. It says, under the contract, Nintendo owners will be able to experience Call of Duty just as Xbox and PlayStation gamers enjoy Call of Duty, according to Microsoft. So there they put Sony there, but up there they didn't. They would have it parity with Xbox gamers. Then down here, Nintendo will enjoy. This is me because I read a lot Bible, and you got to pay attention to how stuff is worded to understand and read between the lines what's being said. Understand the contract Nintendo owners will be able to experience Call of Duty just as Xbox and Sony gamers enjoy Call of Duty. So they intentionally left Sony out at the top because they said day and date with Xbox. This seems to suggest that there be some uniqueness to how Call of Duty comes to Nintendo over Sony, if at all they land this active. Because to me, to make this deal, you saying that you know this is going through. So, man,
I think personally, I believe you can make these type of contracts, and in the contract, you say something like, "This is only valid if the deal goes depending on the acquisition." So you can make these type of statements without having the insurance that the deal is going through. So I don't put too much weight in that. Right? Okay. That this means that the deal is going through. Because I know you can structure it to be null and void if the deal doesn't go through. The same thing with Activision saying they're not going to put their Call of Duty on Game Pass if they're not a part of Microsoft, right? They came out and said that as well. So I to me, they left off Sony on here. I don't want to talk too much. I want to make sure I give you guys time. But I think they left out Sony on here is because Sony is not part of this 10-year deal. And when they're talking about that Nintendo gamers can enjoy it the same way that Sony and Xbox fans can, he's talking about how they currently enjoy it, not how they can future enjoy.
I'm with you. I think you're right.
The wording is there. They're being very sly with it, but this is just for Nintendo. If they can avoid putting this on Sony, if they get this deal done without putting this on Sony's system, they absolutely will.
I think this is what I think. I think that if Sony would they tried to say they tried to promise Sony that they'd bring Call of Duty for 10 years too. They said the same thing to Sony.
But Sony called them out on their BS because they were
you hit it right on the nail.
The public different. They were talking behind closed doors.
Right. I think you hit it right on the nail. Sony ain't trying to have nothing to do with this 10-year nothing. What you mean 10 years? We talking about perpetuity. We talking about forever. You know what I'm saying? So forever ever. Anyway, so that's what Sony want. Nintendo, like, we ain't had Nintendo for 10 years, so we ain't had Call of Duty for 10 years. So you gonna give us 10 years? Hey, we take it. We don't have it no way anyway. So we can't complain about something we didn't have for 10 years. So.
Well, and that's kind of how I look at it. I look at it, the wording as Microsoft saying, look, if we get it, we can open it up for the rest of the market, and then the investors are looking at it like, oh look, see if they get it, blah blah, they'll this is what they'll do with it, because they have the power to put it around. So to leave out Sony, it's because they already got Call of Duty. And honestly, K-Mon, I'm gonna be honest with you, I wouldn't leave it off the Sony platform because that's a lot of money that you're leaving on the table. Sony is always number one when it comes to Call of Duty. That's a lot of money.
Actually, it wasn't always this way.
Not always, but it is now.
If you remember, if you go back a little bit further, Call of Duty used to sell more. I think the PS3 days,
360, yeah.
And that's when Xbox was putting money into Call of Duty. It used to sell pretty much on par, if not slightly more, on the Xbox. It's been a recent type of thing that Sony has put money into, because remember, you remember back when Microsoft used to have their press conferences, Call of Duty was always at E3 on Xbox. That's what it used to be back in the day, and so people was associating Call of Duty with Xbox the same way people did with Halo.
And
I see what you said, Tiger King. I don't never go past 11, bro. I gotta go to sleep. Now I ain't in the doghouse, but I just ain't trying to go past 11. I have done it back in the day, but your bro, hey, bro, I gotta get in bed. So it's just a good time for us to get up. Everybody, get up at this time. We would do it earlier if we could. But oh man, I'm missing the game. LeBron James. Anyway, go ahead, bro.
They're not making the playoffs.
Broke my stream of conscience for that rant.
That's right. Let me go ahead. Tiger King made me think about what I was also thinking about. Thank you, Tiger King. Shouts out to you. But guess what, Tiger King?
But we got Smash Bros, though.
We got Smash Bros. Go ahead. Who was trying to talk?
Key was jumping in.
Yeah, I was going to jump in and say, although, yeah, you're absolutely right. During the 360 days, I remember those marketing campaigns with the Mountain Dew and the Doritos and stuff. Mm-hmm. However, but we're 2 consoles removed from that now. And that is true. We're talking about money today, not money back then. And
that is true.
I would not personally leave Sony out of this conversation. I'm sorry. I wouldn't do it. Like, okay, they the market leader. So what? If I can get some of that money too, then that's what I'm going to do. Because that's what, if they're really out here trying to like just snatch gains and be a monopoly and take everything for themselves so Sony can't have it, that's petty. And I get it, it is business, but Microsoft, think wisely on that, because you're talking about a strong, like super strong competitor in Sony.
I think Sony if anything, if they get this, they gonna stick it to Sony in some capacity for even making them work this hard to get it. There's gonna be some retaliation. There's gonna be some
absolutely.
So late DLC or
glitched up. What's wrong with Sony's version? For some reason, all that the shades and all that, when Digital Foundry get done with, it's gonna be all problems in the Sony version. We hope they send a patch out for the Sony version.
So it'll come a year later. They've been had it.
That's funny.
So Microsoft gonna stick it to them in some capacity. But me personally, I mean, yeah, that's cool for Nintendo. I don't have no dog in this fight. I don't really, Call of Duty, that's a K-bump thing. I play with y'all, but I don't really want Microsoft to get it, because I think they're going to kill it if they get it. So I really do.
They do have that reputation.
Yeah, they kill tend to kill just about everything they get. So they got Gears of War, and we see where it done went. And I still want to play Gears, but they haven't done a great job since they have totally owned it.
Even their own Halo franchise.
Yeah, Halo, they killed Halo. Yeah, so we haven't seen Perfect Dark. They did terrible with Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah. So I part of me is like, I don't want them to get it, but other part of me is like, it'll be interesting to see how things going to be if they get them, what Sony does to respond. Because they're going to be shady with Call of Duty, far as they probably won't want it if Microsoft get it. So they'll probably be like, we don't want it on our system. So
they ain't that stupid. They going to think they're going to get it now.
I think it's
That's too
gonna.
much
I
money.
think that. Well, yeah, you're right. It depends on if Microsoft does it right.
It's still about money now. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, because the gamers don't care if Microsoft owns, as long as the game play like they always been accustomed to, they don't care.
They don't care.
Man, it seems like to me, Microsoft trying their best to get this acquisition done. Sony, y'all better keep fighting. Anything else?
Nah, I think that was good. That's a lot of it. Like I said, I want to talk about this chat AI, but today is not the day. But we get a chance, I want to talk about it because there's been some fascinating discoveries in technology.
Chat AI?
This chat AI. It's AI technology that you can talk to, and it is next level type stuff. It's game changing. It is game changing type of technology. Like I said, I get a chance to we'll get a chance to bring it up in the podcast because we definitely need to talk about it because it's not gaming related, but it is technology related, and I definitely think something that we can it'll be a good topic to discuss. So
okay, all right. Well, J-Bone want to talk about AI chatting, so we'll do that on the next cast.
Not even the next one. We'll figure out what works best.
Right.
All
right, so we thank y'all for tuning in on tonight. We had a lot of activity in the comment section. I see. I want to send a shout out to Tiger King, to Nia, to DJ Fanatic, aka First Name Basis. First name, you know that's how we like you. You're familiar here. We know both your names. So, and all those that tuned in as well that maybe wasn't in the chat room. We really appreciate y'all being here on tonight. But do y'all want to sign out?
Yeah, I want to ask y'all one thing before we sign out, and then we can sign out. What y'all think of The Last of Us, the show? They've been making a lot of changes. I haven't heard y'all give your thoughts on
with
it.
This latest one, the latest episode.
Just the series in general. Like, are they doing it justice? Because they've made so many changes.
I'm enjoying it. Outside of the one episode where they kind of force you to live out that, but other than that, I've enjoyed all of them, man. Ellie still. At one moment, I want to like the person playing Ellie, but she, not her acting, just her face takes me out. Like it doesn't. But everything else I like. I know that's wrong. I know that.
I try not to laugh.
But it's the truth. When I'll be like, man, you don't look nothing like Ellie. But I enjoyed the last episode.
Oh, that's funny.
I thought it was good. So, what's your thoughts on the key?
I'm enjoying it. Even that episode that you talked about.
I enjoyed that episode outside of that.
I'm enjoying it because I feel like they're making it more believable. You know,
right.
Like in the game, of course, it's going to be different in the game. You can do more. You have more freedom. But we're talking about what is it going to be 10 episodes, and they're trying to get through the whole first game. Yeah, they're gonna make some changes. I really particularly like seeing the what was the big thing? What's it called?
Bloater.
The bloater. I enjoy seeing the bloater. I know people have some issues with Sam being deaf, but I think
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I think it added something to the story.
And I like how they added the element because I forgot about Ellie, about Joel trying to ditch Ellie on her brother. Was that actually in? Because I didn't remember that for whatever reason. I don't remember that that portion of the original last one.
It was.
Okay,
exactly
so I know because after they did the commentary afterwards, kind of explaining why they did what they did. I was like, dang, I didn't remember that was in the real original game. So, but I like how they dealt with that. I like how they exploring the real mindset of Joel and what was really going on with him with Ellie. You kind of knew that in the game, but kind of seeing it like with his panic attacks and anxiety and all that. That was pretty dope to me. I'm enjoying it, man. I think it's good.
Me too.
Anything with the Mandalorian is good in it. So anyway, like that. right, y'all. K-Bum, any final words, man? We out.
Nah, man, I enjoyed the cast today, man. It was a good conversation. I enjoyed the topics. I enjoyed the comment sections. Didn't enjoy getting sprung up in the video, but that's cool. I love you anyway. But other than that, man, enjoy the cast, man.
I get myself next time, and I get myself. I slap myself on that. I get. Now LA better win this game, man. 59-58 LA. So anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. We out of here. See y'all next week. Hopefully, same place, same time. The Live and Level Gamers podcast, where gamers come to talk. Hey man, y'all didn't know that's what our subtitle was, did y'all? Anyway, we got this piece.